to be the Bobcats. But I see my Miami Heat lose last night. I was very upset. Turned the TV off. Really didn't want to look. I don't think I'm gonna look at basketball no more until the Heat play. I was like, I'm done with basketball forever. But he came out and said he would boycott Charlotte All-Star game. Now the All-Star game is where halfway during the season, the best players in the league, they split. You know, they did half on one side, half on the other, and they play against each other halfway. And they have all kinds of festivities. You got a dunk contest. You have a lot of concerts and 3-point shooting contest. All these different contests and concerts, and it's like a big event. It makes a lot of money for the city that hosts it. It makes a lot of money. It's not. I don't think it makes as much as the NBA Finals, or maybe it does. I really don't know, but it makes a lot of money. Well, he said, well, we won't have that event in Charlotte, and NFL said, well, you know what? The next Super Bowl, which is the biggest game in football, maybe the biggest game in America. Well, we won't have it in Atlanta, Georgia, because these two states were saying, okay, bathrooms for men should be for men, bathrooms for women should be for women. That's simply what they said. And they came out with these two things. Now, we're talking about boycotting, and honestly, I try to boycott things that, especially things that don't line up with my faith. There's a story. This one pizza restaurant, I had a bunch of gift cards, the Visa gift cards and everything, and I ordered. I was like, you know what? Let's just use these gift cards. So I was gonna order pizza for the kids and I called the restaurant. I was like, do you take these Visa gift cards? I told them exactly what was on it. I told the lady that answered the phone, like, ma'am, I don't know, because I don't know. So I just want to make sure you take it. It was a small family business, and I was like, I want to make sure you take this. So do you take these? She was like, yeah, we take them. So I ordered my pizza and everything, and I tried to pay with the card, and it wouldn't go through. So she went and got the owner and everything. And I had been there many times before. I like to support small businesses, and I've been there many times before. They had really good pizza and really good food, period. And the dude was like, well, the reason why it don't work because of the expiration date was too far out. They was like far ahead, and he was like, and he got pissed, and he was like, this is something that you should have thought about before you use them here. And I felt that he was pissed and everything, but I put myself in the side, like, okay, I understand. But I talked to the lady, and I asked her a couple of times, and I made sure that these were working. And I forgot what he did, but he got real pissy and just hung up with me. So I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with that. I'm gonna boycott. I'm not gonna mess with that pizza restaurant no more. That was very disrespectful. I didn't disrespect for him, and I felt like I was doing everything right. Later on, about a few months later, the place closed down, and I felt bad. I felt horrible. Now I don't think I would have gave him enough business to stay open, but I felt bad and horrible because, you know what? That was one incident, and I probably should not have boycotted the place, right? So that taught me a lesson in boycotting. I just don't boycott anything no more, because, like I said, especially small businesses. But when you have something this flagrant, when you have something this huge, when you have a place. I went to Target. The last time I went to Target maybe was a month ago. It was exactly a month ago because I went to Target. Well, no, it wasn't a month ago. It was on April 1st. I went to Target because we were going to pull some April Fool's pranks, and I was looking for the little Bean Boozled. The Bean Boozled are jelly beans that they come in different colors, and there's 2 of each color. Like there's 2 yellow. One yellow might be like a really good candy flavor, and the other one would be like a puke flavored, a puke smell or whatever. So those what a Bean Boozled are. And we had good. We finally found them, and we had a good time with the Bean Boozers. But I was in there, and there was little. I had the twins with me. There was little kids everywhere. There was little girls everywhere. There was young women everywhere. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not sexist. I'm not trying to say this from a sexist point, but this is just experiential. Every time I went to Target, I've seen women. Like, I've seen nothing but women. Like, the few times I went to Target, my conclusion is women use Target a lot. Now, obviously, that's not true. Obviously, there's men that use it, but women may use it in the majority. But the fact that it is that there's a lot of women there, and if you coming from the standpoint of I want to protect my family, I understand why you boycott. I totally understand why you boycott. When people say that transgender don't, if they want, somebody say if they wanted to rape your little kid or something, they did it already, right? It'd have been happening in the restrooms. Now the way things get covered up, I don't know, and I didn't do the research. But I will say this: there are more registered sex offenders than there are registered transgenders. Think about that. Think about that. Now, it was hard before this. See, we can't just say that if they want to rape a female in the restroom or a kid in the restroom before they would have did it. We just can't say that, because before, we got to remember, it was hard. It was hard. It was hard for a man to go into a woman's restroom. It was hard because you would get called out, and I don't know, the 3 stores that I frequent. Okay, the Target in my area, the restrooms are in front of where the registers area at, where you go and pay for your stuff. The Walmart, same thing. The registers are in the front. The Publix that I go to, same thing. The registers are in the front. Most registers are in the front where you could be seen. So it was hard for a man to go into a woman's restroom. But now you can just delete that. All a man got to do is just walk up in there and they say, why you going there? I'm a woman. I'm a transgender. You can't say anything now. So that whole idea of it would have been happening is that may be a little false. It can happen a lot more now than then. And we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be honest with ourselves that this may be something that can end badly on a lot of other levels. I brought you the story out of Toronto, where the dude where there was a college student that went into the women's restroom because they have pretty much anybody. If you transgender, they have that, and he was in there taking video cameras of women on the toilet, like literally recording women. This is happening. They're trying to hide it, but this is happening. California, and everywhere it's happening. A lot of stories are going under the radar because they're trying to hide this. Obviously, you got to understand why. Because when that happened, this doesn't look too good for them. So we can't have the idea that this can't. It can happen. All it takes is one sick individual. Matter of fact, it can happen amongst transgender people. What if there's a transgender man that uses a transgender uses a woman's restroom, but he like touching little girls? Don't you think that would be easier? And don't tell me that can't happen. I hear a lot of stories about dudes go transgender and then they start want to get in lesbian relationships with another woman. That's the world we're living in today. We can't hide that. We cannot hide that, and that literally can happen. I say this, and we'll talk about the idea of doing a transgender restroom in the next segment, and then the last segment I will come back and bring my my thoughts on this whole transgender thing. But this is something, man, that we have to think about. This is something that we have to talk about, and this is something that we have to figure out. When I bring my feelings on things, I'm a outline the plan and the best way to deal with this transgender thing. Lace out with Third Movement. I want you to listen to a couple things. Third Movement is an online ministry where we just want to help people. We want to grow people in Christ. We want to get people ready for the coming persecution. We want to get people ready for Jesus' return. We just want to get people, help people find out how to walk in Christ, how to get closer to Christ, how to love God and love your neighbor. We believe at Third, we built on the fact that Jesus said in Matthew 22, 37 through 40, two greatest commandments are to love God, mind, body, and soul, and to love your neighbor as yourself. And that's just what we promote here. That's what we do. That's what we believe here. So go ahead and follow us at the different places. You can follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Third Movement. You can follow us on Twitter at Third. You gotta spell it out. IMTHIRD Movement. You can also follow us on YouTube.com/Third Movement. We on Instagram at Third Movement. Everywhere online we at Third Movement. Lastly, make sure you go visit the website where we bring out blogs and we bring videos. The website is thirdmovement.wordpress.com. Once again, Third Movement. Hey you, have you been tweeted yet? Follow us at twitter.com at Third Movement. You have to spell it out, IMTHIRD Movement. Hey, and we're also on Periscope. Third, same place. Hello, good people. I come to remind you that we are on Facebook at facebook.com/Third Movement. We have live Bible studies. Go ahead and like the page. Let's see how we hear with Third Movement. Remind you to go to youtube.com/Third Movement. Check out our videos. Give us a like. Come up for community. Subscribe for more videos. Glacier Hour here with Third Movement. I want to remind you guys to make sure you're praying for the ministry. We need you to be praying for us more than ever right now. So we want you to be praying for the ministry. Then come over to the Facebook and see ways you can come help us out. We need your help. We need your help. You hear me? That boy just said it. Say it again, boy. Say it again.
Amen, man. Amen. I hear you, brother. Amen.
The Lacey Hour here with Third Movement, bringing it back for our fourth segment, I believe this is. And we've been talking about the transgender bathroom issue. And if you didn't hear our first podcast, full length podcast, go over to facebook.com/DeLacyHoward. I posted the first one there. We talked about Prince and the ideal. We talked about death and the ideal of did Prince. Can we know if Prince went to heaven? Can we know if any of our loved ones went to heaven? Answering some of the death questions that we may have. I did a research on Prince, man, and His face,